Why don't we ever heard about the king who crushed Bakhtiyar Khilji's army so brutally that the same Khilji who burned Nalanda University never fought another battle again? Hello viewers, I'm Kavya Khandelwal and you are watching The Edge. Today we are uncovering the forgotten story of Raja Prithu of Kamrupa, a 13th century king from the region of Assam. He wasn't just a local ruler, he was the man who turned Khilji's unstoppable army into a cautionary tale. You will see how Prithu used brilliant strategy, regional alliances and the land itself to turn Assam into Khilji's graveyard. And why, after 800 years, is his name finally being revived again? So let's start. Who was Raja Prithu? Let's set the scene. The year is 1205. In North India, the Delhi Sultanate is rising. In Bengal, Bakhtiyar Khilji is terrorizing people, leaving behind smoke and ruins. Just a few years earlier, he had torched Nalanda University, one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. Thousands of priceless manuscripts, centuries of accumulated knowledge gone. After Bengal, Khilji wanted more. Some say he wanted Tibet, others say China. But to get there, he has to cross through Kamrupa, the kingdom of present-day Assam. Now, Assam wasn't some backwater. Kamrupa was ancient, going back to the Mahabharata era. It had its own dynasties, sacred temples like Kamakhya, and a fierce reputation. It was also a tough land to invade, with forests, rivers and hills that could swallow an army whole. And ruling Kamrupa at this time was Raja Prithu Rai. He came from the Khen Dynasty, believed to be descendants of Narkasura. And he wasn't known for grand palaces or golden crowns. What made him stand out was his ability to unite people. The Bodos, Koch Rajbongshis and Koyets, all different tribes and communities were brought together under his leadership. Imagine him as a king who could rally everyone from farmers to forest warriors into a single shield against outsiders. The challenge? The invincible Khilji. But here's the problem. Bakhtiyar Khilji wasn't just another invader. He was ruthless, ambitious and confident. He had an army of 12,000 cavalry and 20,000 infantry. War horses trained to charge, archers skilled to mounted combat, foot soldiers hardened from campaigns across Bengal. And he wasn't going in blind. He had the help of Ali Mesh, a tribal chieftain who betrayed his own land and guided Khilji's men through the narrow rivers, routes and forests of Assam. So picture this, 30,000 trained soldiers, well armed and used to victory, marching into Assam against a smaller force of locals and tribesmen. On paper, Khilji should have crushed them. Then comes Prithu's genius strategy. But Raja Prithu wasn't planning to fight fair. He knew one thing: if he faced Khilji in an open battlefield, Assam would be finished. So he flipped the rules of war. Prithu ordered a scorched earth policy. Villagers were evacuated, food supplies cleared, and fields burned. Every path Khilji took was stripped bare. Think about it. 30,000 men marching day after day with no food, no locals to plunder, and rain-drenched terrains they didn't understand. Their horses grew weak, soldiers starved, and morale sank. And just when they were at their weakest, Prithu struck. His coalition fighters didn't stand in neat rows, waiting to be slaughtered. They attacked like shadows, ambushes from forests, arrows raining from hilltops, bridges destroyed to trap troops mid-crossing. Kanklal Barua, in his 1933 book Early History of Kamrupa, even wrote how Prithu ordered the flat stones of bridges removed, making them impassable. Khilji's men, stranded and cut off from supply lines, panicked, and then came the final showdown. As Khilji's battered troops staggered near the Brahmaputra river, Raja Prithu's forces closed in. Khilji, realizing the trap, tried to retreat, but there was no way out. Surrounded, desperate and starving, Khilji and his horsemen galloped straight into the river, hoping to ford it. But instead of escape, it became a watery grave. Most drowned. The Kanai Barasi rock inscription near the Guwahati still records this event. The Turks who entered Kamrupa were utterly destroyed. Out of 30,000 invaders, barely a few survived. The rest were wiped out by terrain, starvation and Prithu's guerrilla strategy. As for Khilji, he never recovered, broken in spirit, disgraced in reputation. He never fought another battle. A few years later, he died. Some say from illness, others say from sheer humiliation. Then comes the aftermath, Assam's wall of resistance. But here's the twist that makes Prithu's story unique. Most kings of the time would have slaughtered the captured soldiers, but Raja Prithu followed Dharma Yuddha, the religious code of war. He pardoned many survivors, letting them settle and blend into Assamese society. This wasn't just about victory, it was about showing the Assam stood not only as a fortress, but as a land with its own moral code. And it worked. Khilji's defeat ended. His expansion, Assam remained unconquered. In fact, over the next 500 years, Assam would resist 18 major invasions from Khiljis, Tughlaqs, Afghans and even the Mughals. Centuries later, Lachit Borphukan would carry the torch by defeating the mighty Mughals in the Battle of Saraighat in 1671. But long before Lachit, it was Raja Prithu who first proved that Assam was not to be conquered. You must be thinking, why do we remember him today? Fast forward to 800 years, most history books barely mention Raja Prithu. His story got buried under the dust of time, overshadowed by other rulers and invaders. But recently, the Assam government decided to rename Guwahati's GNB flyover as the Maharaj Prithu flyover, reviving the name as a symbol of courage. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma even called him the king who avenged the burning of Nalanda, reminding people that Assam was always the defender of Bharat's soul. And that's why Raja Prithu's legacy matters today, because it tells us something simple yet powerful. While much of India fell to invaders, Assam never surrendered. So, tell me, do you think forgotten heroes like Raja Prithu deserves a bigger place in our history books? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, subscribe and follow The Edge.